Well. Welcome to Fear Mongering Radio. It's coming Monday night, 31st day of March 2025. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day, so be careful when you listen to this because the people will pull jokes on people and do such behaviors. We'll be on the road to Deerwood, Minnesota. Do some behaviors. We put 190 miles on the beast today. Already getting close to 5,000 miles for an oil change, but it's like it is what it is, man. Dude, but brownies. Oh, Carl, nice garage tune. Thank you so much. We will call Carl. Life of Vibe is going live tonight, I guess. She'll be out pissing and moaning about Sarasota Tim. It's me, Chipotle, Cowpote. I kind of don't really like the way they're rolling out this music now that this other channel is monetized. They took away the easy way to surf for music. To figure it out, but it was like real simple. I could just type it in and away I went. It's kind of weird the way it is. It's beta cock, creator music beta. So it is what it is. Kind of bums me out. Kind of bitter about the whole situation. I don't want to pay for any music. Good old Rockstar Zero. Got a lot of tangerine mango. I always say it's a beautiful day to be alive. A look out. We had snow yesterday, but it's almost all gone again. Can't wait for the leaves to fill in so two brats aren't barking like animals on the deck. Chicken and what else was this? Chicken and something, kind of a white sauce. I want to make a seafood spaghetti white sauce. I told her I want to do that. So I have no part of it. And I said, well, I'll make it and there's nothing you can do about it. Bitch! Begging season is getting closer and closer for the lovely and talented. 6 months away, give or take. And I see Carl's uncle did a couple videos today, leaving the out above the garage to garage, bitching about people asking for money. And he is, he's all pissed about point and shoot, all upset and all frightened because he's got nothing but time. I don't. We'll talk about point and shoot drama with Carl's uncle out scaring people by the railroad tracks. Remember he ripped up people's trains there by the railroad tracks. Something else he complained about today. I'm just seeing it. I would look at a little bit of it, but he's sitting outside, hanging out, turning his back at the rock, and no one cares about it. No one cares. If no one listens, if no one cares, if no one cares, no one ever listen. But hope all is well out there. Me, I'm delicious, I'm wonderful, I'm gorgeous, I'm sexy, I'm outrageous, and I'm contagious. It's your favorite fear mong. We spread fear and cheer throughout the world here on all places. YouTube after the fact. I know he was upset about that. We'll talk about that. And I guess Life of Vibe is going live tonight. Should be begging for money to try to fight for the strike. And also notice, what's his name? Channel went down the road. Either deleted or lost it. The Troll Patrol. I'm like, what the hell? When the hell did it go? A little bitter about that behavior. A little upset and a little frightened. But anyways, as I come to you on this Monday night here in the great state of Minnesota, on the poor side, I was down at Mystic Lake. We're doing a job down there, building a gambling sports place down there. So I drove all over the place, all over creation. And working tomorrow is run up there by Mille Lacs, this piece of land I'd love to buy and build my own bed and breakfast. So cool. It's overlooking the outskirts of Mille Lacs. So there's more than just simple walleye. But anyways, as the troll has repeated, he's always there every time repeating what I say. He knows. They do have balls the size of basketball over the oak trees, men wearing blue. Also, the men of the armed forces, and one was supposed to end all wars in World War II, and it's like he's repeated, they did storm those beaches. If it was easier, they would do it. We have Never Trumper, the VP, going over and insulting Denmark, where they helped us get rid of ISIS and lost legs, whatever else, and the hunch will want to have a third term. It'll probably be the VP to Never a Trumper. That's an embarrassment, what he's doing. They're getting all mad at what's his name, not worth it, I guess. I don't condone that bomb, but I'm not surprised. Speak the language of money. Speaking the language of money. Elon Musk. But remember these men with the armed forces. We said 1 and 2. Forgotten war. Korea. Fought for what? Vietnam. 58,000 plus collateral damage. Afghan. Desert Storm. They all hate us, but they all want to come here. We educate them all. Look at here in town, feed our starving children. All that money went over to Somalia. Guy spent $175,000 in 2 weeks down at Mystic Lake Casino and down at the horse track. It's a lot of grr. Casino's the first one to get the after effects. But they are the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, the Navy, the Merchant, National Coast Guard. They're in and out in uniform. And thank you so much for the service of this country without a little nothing at all. I appreciate you guys. I bow to you. I appreciate it. God bless the working class. Driving those trains, pushing those trucks around on the docks, and the restaurants, and the offices, and the warehouse, domestic and abroad, supporting people that refuse to go to work. I know Dave has been stalking with Nelly. I don't know what's going on. I talked to sweet Melissa today a little about that behavior. I'm like, does it not surprise you? It's never surprises me. Runcum and Celio. Oh, yes. I love Rockstar. You are your choices in life. And would you shower in the shower at Penn State? Would you go to these Catholic churches where there's crime scenes? Would you buy land in the Boy Scouts where young men were molested? Would you buy Gene Hackman's house after they were dropped dead? Beautiful house. Would you live in it? Sell it? Be ghoulish? Why not? Grand tours of a dead man's place. I would not shower in the shower of Penn State. Sven Johnson, he shall not be named. He passed away. He listened to every single show to save Charles. Of course, douche. His fiance doxed him because he knew his Facebook. It's like you bunch of bastards. He was an old man. Called me the P word. He called and apologized, but then 2 days later he did. I used to rip my new ass, try to help him out, be podcaster. Turned on me, turned heel. But not shower in the shower. You better not shower in the shower. They should burn Catholic Church to the ground. Who you run with in life. Make good choices. You'll be a good place. Bad choices, don't call from a jail. My dad told me. Oh yes, they carry those groceries when you pop them full. You're on your own, baby girl. Unwanted pregnancies, AIDS will kill you, herpes will last forever, gonorrhea, needle in that penis. Ouch, ouch. Please require condoms. Smashing gas. Gentle dam. You don't like two men having consensual sex. I get it. I mean, $20 $20. Sure, it says it's not a big deal. I mean, I've been doing my adventure channel over there. Sure was like that. You can't watch two women. That's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Not at all. Not very Christian to be doing. watching those two lesbians go at it. I want to have my own smashing gash website. No penises allowed. And have at it. And do me a favor. Call some murder, someone, pick up the phone. Don't drink and drive. Call I for an eye. Call Carl. Call Jamie C. He's out in Pennsylvania. Call Zane B. Call Deborah Daly. Vince in the Bay. Douche in his dad's Mustang. I don't know. Just call someone. You're going to murder someone. Make the proper choice. When you allocate to the judge, look here into the eye and say, in your orange jumpsuit, let's get on with it. I made a poor choice. As Cowpote says, I'm guilty as charged. Have mercy on me. Now you're a convicted felon in old Canada. Can't go there and go fishing with the stalker not BlindViews butt buddy out there. Line screw run. Love. He's in love with Carolyn RB. He's in love. Stalking 101. But anyways, let's look where all you guys come in from. Yeah, looks like sources that come in. Usual behavior: Spreaker, Vox, Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Chrome, Apple PorMe, and Podcast Addict. The geolocation: United States, Australia, United Kingdom, Norway, Russia, Canada, Israel. Let my people go. Gambia. That's New South Korea and Ukraine. Gambia. What the hell? Where the hell is that? Where in the hell is Gambia? Gabia. Where in the hell is that? Interesting. Thank you so much. Bangui. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wherever the hell you are. Israel, letting my people go. Just others. So whoever you are in Israel, thanks for coming to the show and saving trolls. I appreciate it. Australia, want to go. I think the Daily Woo, my good New South Wales. I'll be there on the dock in an hour. I'll fly out there. Or beat me up, bitches. United Kingdom. Scotland? Really? Interesting to say the least. Norway. Russia. Norway is Oslo County. Not once, but twice. You've come back for more. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. United States of America. Oh, yes. Florida, Minnesota, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Maryland, Kentucky, New Jersey, Virginia, and North Dakota. Odessa, Orlando, Little Lakes. In Minnesota, it is Minneapolis and Champlain once. Thank you so much. In North Dakota, Bismarck, cold as hell. Pennsylvania City, Barley Shove. Connecticut, Stratford. Virginia, Auburn. And Kentucky, Pittman. And way down there in Arizona, Phoenix. Thank you so much for all the IPs that roll into the show. Without you, I don't have nothing at all. It's just me just babbling to myself, stroking my gopher, pulling the goalie, spitting in the tunnel. Anybody, you know the rules, engagement. You know how it works. So we're talking to you like, dislike, whatever it may be. So with the NFL podcast, I'll put up when the Dallas Cowboys schedule comes out, I put it up on here on the audio version here. We'll put that up and we'll see how that goes. Last year I was correct, 7 for 10. So, anyways, hello, everybody. How you doing? It's your favorite audio addiction. It's 4:26 here, central in the great state of Minnesota. We had a little snow last night, and it's kind of all gone away. Went for a walk this morning. Chloe girl's got a little anus infection. She got poopy, but she went later on tonight. So, but that's her for you. I saw a really cool Pomeranian. It was white and black. It was really beautiful. Palm, Shelby, the little chunky one. Beautiful. White and black one. It was gorgeous. Love Pomeranians. Also, Bernese Mountain Dogs. The one up in the hill died. She was only 2.5. They'd get a new one, I guess. Love Bernese Mountain Dogs. I'd kidnap one if I could. She took small dogs. But yes, here we are. New way to do the music. Got to figure it out. All that stuff. The Sarasota Tim Hater update. So anyways, Carl's uncle, BlindViews, that's the way he hears it because he's blind. is rumbling and rambling, gambling about the city. And again, a public apology to his lovely wife and his family and the neighbors that I've coaxed an angry man above the garage in the outskirts of the great state of Pennsylvania in the cesspool city he lives in by the railroad tracks, playing like a child, right? We all talked about the video in the car that on his live stream, he was all triggered about beer, right? And that, you know, you have to have expensive beer, and I've talked to before. I could buy 3 steaks, have Timmy make me one, Karl make me one, and some restaurant make me one, and it all depends how they make it for you. I like a medium rare steak. I put 57 sauce and ketchup together. I put it in a bag, I meat season it, made a little wine. I let it sit for 24 hours, throw it on the grill. Okay? It's just because you go to a Murray's or the other place downtown Minneapolis does not mean you're going to pay a lot of money. This poorhouse, it was a really cool one. I think it was in Virginia Beach, or was it in Dirtle Myrtle? I can't remember. This beautiful steakhouse. It was gorgeous. We went there. The bill for us was $120 for both of us. The party of 10 there had to be at least $1,000. I mean, holy Christ. But, you know, he bitched about that, and he's bitching BlindViews. That's what he sees it, I guess, bitching about point and shoot, right? And I was telling Karl, if I'm, you know, about editing. I mean, Carpegger mainly points and shoots. He points and just mirror it all together. I've done it on my phone. It's all the person is a parasite, the longevity of a cockroach. Personnel is a parasite, the longevity of a cockroach. Okay. What do you like? I mean, I don't mind the Huss, but she can do voice grades, but I'll go ahead and do it. Have at it, girl. She over edits. She spends 120 hours a week, and she still bitches. My time is too precious. When I'm doing something for my uncle, or I'm working on a project this week on Saturday, I did 6 for the Adventure channel, 2 for this channel, and 1 driving home, and it took me a matter of 3 before I put the 2 up, and then I put the 3 up, and in the morning, on Sunday morning, I put the 3 up while I made breakfast and lunch, and they're all up. Boom, all 6 of those were up. I mean, it didn't take me that long. And those are up for the future. I have point and shoots coming up, walk the woods. Those are coming up starting tomorrow, the before those, and I got whatever it may be. I love putting the point and shooting there, right? So you're Mr. Beer Extraordinaire, Mr. Spend Your Damn Money, and everything has to be expensive. There was a steakhouse in Oak Ridge County Club. They're wealthy Jews. That's fine. And, you know, I was talking to Jack, and I said it was called Howie's Steakhouse. I loved it. You could pick your own steak out. And when we were in Telluride, and they had a steak place, you could grill your own. But this was a really cool steak place. I thought it was really, you know, building expensive was nice. And we were there, and Howie's in it eventually closed. I think there was one out in Prior Lake. He goes, well, it wasn't expensive. What do you mean it wasn't expensive enough? That was cool because you could pick your own steak and you could grill it. They do it for you. They had a really cool potato bar. I loved it. We ate there a few times. It was in Plymouth, and I loved it. I mean, there used to be a pizza place, one over in a diner and one over in Hopkins. It was like a Subway. It was really kind of cool. I liked it. They'd make your own pizza right in front of you and put it in the oven. It was great. But for some reason, I don't know, it didn't work out. I mean, I don't know. It's just this idea, this beer thing just blew me away. Beer, I'm a very casual drinker. If I happen to be in his city for some reason, even if I don't know this guy, let's say I'm passing through, having lunch at some place, I'm a casual beer. Hey, what's your local brew? I don't care. Oh, real quick, I want to make a comment on Tater. I listened to part of his cruise video until he got states I didn't care. Okay, I tell Tater, when you go on a cruise and you go to Mexico, I've been to Mexico once, not as exciting. You bring 5s and 1s. I've got $1,000 ready to go, all in 5s and 10s and a couple 20s. I doubt I'll spend it all, but I'm the money guy. She's logistics. So we pay for a taxi. Guess what? If it's let's say it's $12, I give him 15. The beer, I guess, was 2 something, and he broke a 20. Well, guess what he got back? He got pesos back. He should have had a bunch of 1s. So you're going to go to Mexico like he should. What he does, he bring a bunch of 1s, a bunch of 5s, and some 10s. And maybe a couple of 20s if you're going to buy something. So I guess he negotiated something down, whatever. But the bottom line is, it's like, that's a poor choice. I don't care where I know they have American money at St. Martin, but guess what? If we take a taxi, we're going to be on the other side of sometimes we'll take it from the Little TV Bay. It's like $10. Here's 13. Nothing comes back. No change. No nothing. It's just the way it works. If they're taking American money, give them the exact change with the tip and be done with it. But I saw that, and he was whining about that. It's like, well, that's the way she goes. Not back pesos. But I just thought, I just listened to that. I'm like, okay, that's your own damn. That's a poor choice. Because like I said, here's your taxi cab. You know, it was both of us for $20. Here's $25, and boom, like we head to a beach or something. You know, we got a 4-wheeler anyway. We cruise around on the island one day, go to Lucas Bay and whatever else. So Karl's uncle was bitching about point and shoot, right? And he was whining today that, you know, that people, you know, that he likes the process because he has nothing better to do. Sitting above the garage, hanging out in the outskirts, doing whatever he's doing. He's all upset and all frightened that people like myself and other people that will just, hey, here's my product. Here it is. You enjoy it. Thanks. You know? Oh, no. He gets all upset and all frightened. Okay? And it's like, okay, it's the way she goes, you know, so he's whining and pissing and moaning about it. I'm like, you know, it's not a big deal. But he just can't handle it. So he's down by the railroad tracks. And I thought before one time he pissed and moaned about trains. He thought it was supposed to be a bad thing, but he had an Amtrak train behind him. I was kind of listening to it, but I heard the train come by, and I'm like, you know, whatever. So he's out pissing and moaning about what's the guy who I knew had triggered him begging for stuff. Well, you're an e-beggar yourself, young man. You have PayPal down below there, and then it's Amazon behavior to give you a spiff. Why don't you just go do Amway? Just go do Amway and have people sell stuff for you. You have all your brown shirts. You know, it's just amazing that me and Karl, this guy, that he was pitching about podcasting. That's what YouTube becomes, sweetheart. I hate to tell it to you, young man. BlindViews, that's the way you see it, the way you hear it. The fake blind guy, you can read that chat room, is people are coming to YouTube for pod. This is up after the fact, obviously. I do my audios over here on Spreaker that's no longer live, which is dumb, but I really don't care. I mean, occasionally people would come in live once in a while when he shall not be named. It's Fen Johnson. He used to come in every single time. He was from Clearwater. His IP was on there. He listened to me all the time. Despised me, but listened to me. You know, I've had people, truck drivers, send me emails, and they really like when I do the long ones, and they really like the music, and they can listen to me in the ear without yelling and screaming like other people. And I really probably appreciate that. I mean, Karl's talked about that, and people, this is the way I do it. And the black screen isn't a big deal. I can't help that because they don't upload from anymore. So it's the black screen I get from the place I download it, okay? I guess I could try to figure it out, but what's the big deal? You're just listening to my voice with the reverb and the music in the background. I've been reverbing for 12 years on the Fear Mongering Radio. The Cowpote podcast is done in the car. Or if I'm interviewing somebody, let's say Nomadic Fanatic wanted to come on or something for some reason, I'd probably have him on the Cowpote podcast in studio, and he would talk. Or maybe I'd have him on this, but the bottom line is, that's what Cowpote Podcast is, non-music. That's where it all started 17 years ago on Blog Talk Radio Network, and I still miss that place. There's no more live stream anymore except YouTube, but, you know, it is what it is. But he was pissing and moaning about point and shoot and complaining that it's the old man, but hey, like I said, I have better things to do to sit there and like I said, those 6 videos are all up already, well into September, up to September, I think 10th. I've got stuff out to kind of let myself get caught up a little bit because I was like a year ahead of myself of just putting up fun stuff. I got the auto show coming up here in April before I go to St. Martin, and we'll do a bunch there when I'm there. We'll walk from the St. Martin up the hill, across the ocean, and you'll overlook the ocean, walk down the hill, and we'll get downtown, walk back to that family we always like, and walk in, see if my Speculation Sports sticker is still there, and we'll walk down the strip. We'll have a good old time. But he just seems to like to count other people's money and piss them off people asking for stuff. But people are going to ask for stuff on YouTube. That's what they do. That's what they do. They ask for money on YouTube. Never hurts to ask. That's what they love to do. E-begging the Huss has done that. The Huss talked, what the hell is her name into doing it, which is it's just sad. What the hell is her name again? Wandering Gypsy if you're a waitress, well, you're not a waitress. You're just a creator, and if you're going to take all your time to do all the research, well, it's not my fault. Okay, I get it. I never went into this to make money. I wasn't monetized on Blog Talk, but I had about $500 and they had for monetize here, and I went and made a PayPal, and that I use that for fun stuff. I use it for selling actual product that I do when I'm selling stuff on eBay. I just got a email from the post office that there's a place out in Appleton that's got like 300 Apple things, and they're on 3 skids. So I said, well, I can't. I'll just have to get a courier. He goes, well, I'll tell you what, we'll charge you $100 and we'll bring mail in and we'll drop it off. I said, really? So they're going to drop it off at the office over there behind me. I said, sure. 3 skids of Apple computers. My nephew will do it. We'll do some of that and we'll sell it and whatever I'm going to make on that behavior. I'm like, really? That's kind of nice. But that's what I'm doing, man. When I'm doing stuff here, man, I'm not sitting here editing behaviors and whatever else. It just comes down to what the personality like. If you want to listen to Huss with that high pitched voice, if you want to listen to and this is a what's her name? What the hell's her name again? Life and Vibe. You want to talk like that all day? Piss them all about Timmy. Go ahead. You want to listen to Karl sit in his little thing? That's fine. Old Man Nation. Love to get him on the show. You want to listen to Stalker? Go on cruises by himself. I get. You want to listen to Tater? Put a bus together. I get the bus. I mean, at first thought, I think it's kind of cool. I think he'll sell it in a year. That's fine. I sent him the email for that place that the Huss put up. The old swingers place. That'd be so cool to buy that and make it my own place and then lay like hockey sticks or whatever. It was a cool place. I sent him the email. I don't know if he saw it yet or not, but I thought it was kind of a cool place. $275,000 in the desert. Be a great place for his bus. But that's what you want to watch, and just how people want to do it. I was listening to History Search, whatever. They were in Kingman, Arizona, going over stuff, and they do a pretty good video. And I don't mind something. I mean, I was listening to It's History today. He did one about the circus train. He's pretty good on his editing. He doesn't over edit, but he talks and he shows you stuff. You see him once in a while. He's over editing all the time, but he's good. It's History is really good. But a lot of you people on here, the only reason Blind Views is when he bitches about people. No one cares about your paintings. No one cares about walking around. They want to see you in your studio, grabbing the mic like you're grabbing someone's hair when you're having sex. They don't really care, about the behavior. I mean, my adventure channel is every day the Cowpote Adventure. It's connected. You can go look at it. Every day something comes out over there, and I've been doing that over there on walking up and down the boardwalk. I got stuff out till I have 13 more videos coming out on the Maryland trip. I mean, I wouldn't go there again. It was fun in Maryland, but I get it. But he's so upset about the point and shoot, and that people do that, and then that people don't want to do. That's what they do. That's what people want. The real. This is what I'm doing. Walk along. Boom, boom. I'll go to the lights. Get to your point. You can talk about. Karl does the same thing. I'm driving my car. I'll talk about things off the top of my head as I'm driving. I don't have notes in front of me like Karl does, and like morning does, and whatever else she's doing now. These updates on I get it, Karl, and I get it. She wants, but I get Sarasota Tim and the stalking stuff, but there's just too much for me to listen to. I'll be. It's a 2.5 hour drive up there. I go up there. I'll listen to 93X. So I'm out of range, and then I usually go to YouTube and look for something history to listen to while I'm driving. Find something about World War II, and I'll listen on the way up. I get educated, and when I go up and then go back. What the hell is this? Oh, blue skies. Okay. Let's go away. There you go. But it was just kind of fun. And I talked about it in the other video. The beer thing was just made me laugh. I was telling someone that. He goes, "How crazy is that?" He goes, "Cowboy, I've been up at your cabin. You have Black Label in there, but it's free beer." We used to have garbage can parties when I was like 25 at someone's house, and you'd bring a case of beer or whatever you wanted, Black Label, Pabst, whatever, and you throw it in there. Once in a while, some Miller in there, and you reached in the garbage can with ice, and whatever you pulled out, you drank it. So you pulled a Black Label out. They used to have Olympia beer, which is just horrible to drink. And someone would bring a 12-pack of Olympia beer, and you pull that out like, oh my God, choke down a Black Label or whatever you did. I mean, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law drank Busch Light, and his son drinks Busch Light at the cabin. And what does he have in the refrigerator? He's got either Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, and he's got water and Busch Light. And when I was up there last year, I opened a Busch and I had a half of it, drank it a little bit, and tossed the rest of it. But it was a beer, man. It was nice, refreshing. I remember when Zima came out. It was very refreshing. It was a malt liquor. It was actually pretty good. Remember, I bought a 6-pack. It lasted me all summer long, but it was a very refreshing malt liquor. Like Colt 45 is a heavy, very refreshing beer, The Bull was always good, so, I mean, it's all depends what you want. Grain Belt beer here in town is inexpensive. Local beer, Shell's beer is New Ulm. Inexpensive, good beer. Like when I go to the Caribbean, I'm going to have the Carib beer, whatever, $2-3 a bottle. I just, a can, whatever. Or as a Presidente, but I've had all kinds of beers. I've traveled extensively. I've had sake when I worked for International Hair Goods, the Japan. I'd go over there and they have a big party, and they'd have all kinds of different kind of beers. I was like, I a casual drinker. I'd open one up and share it with somebody else. I'd pour a little bit. I have a couple. We had some sake on the plane, and I have a couple. I mean, I've had a chance to sample a lot of stuff. We were down in Tennessee, and they're in a dry county, but I had a couple of shots of JD when they had the walkthrough. Different Jack Daniels they sell. It's kind of cool, but the beer thing, to fight over somebody in a chat room, it just kind of makes you laugh, and then it makes you cry, and then you start to scream, and then you start to holler. But he just loves to spend other people's money, and he whines and pisses and moans about this other guy asking for a GoPro 13. I guess if you want to give it to him, I guess there's so much you can give to people in this world. There's just to waste good suffering on these YouTubers, giving people money and giving them the stuff of Amazon, just like his uncle. What is he wants to be, wants to be a distributor for Amazon and get a spiff and begging for it. I mean, you're supposed to be a Republican. You're a simple e-beggar because you have your PayPal down below. No one knows my PayPal except the people I do work with. Okay, plain and simple. When I'm selling a computer on eBay or on FakerBook. Okay? All right? Plain and simple. I found an old Super Nintendo that I sold to somebody. I found it at a job site, and it was I sold it $50. Made it $50. I said sure. I met him someplace, gave it to him, gave him the PayPal. That's how my goods and services, not by down below, give me a few shekels. But it's just funny to listen to Ace Frehley, A.K. Howard Stern, pissing and moaning, about this and that. It's like, my God, good God, good gravy, man. Yeah, he's so triggered by point and shoot and podcasting. It's like, it's the way she goes, man. It's the way it is, bitch boy. That's just the way it's gonna be. People are gonna piss and moan. We had the exotic car shows and guest stars. I like the Wolf Man. Like I said, that's why I podcast, because of him. I liked him a lot. He was Wolfman. He was good. But like I said, I think Troll Patrol left. I don't Troll Patrol. Let me see. Troll Patrol. Let's see. I didn't see it yesterday. I didn't see it in Strikes and Doxing. That's BlindViews talking about him. Troll Patrol doxed. He must have got another strike or just said, listen, enough is enough, and left. But I don't see him on here at all, unless he hit the channel. But after he got the shaft, he kind of went down the road. So, but it's too bad, man. He was really good. So, but let me see. But he was whining about this or that. It's too bad. I talked about it, but it was a good channel. But he went after that one guy because he claimed he found money in his thing. So, but it's a lot of work for that channel. But I don't know why you'd want if you were Troll Patrol top me out happy as hell. But I think he went down the road, Troll Patrol. But if you want to listen about Daily Woo, go listen to Passing Through Productions. They do a good job on Daily Woo, and that guy's just unbelievable. What's this? The Stalker, Liquid Beach, and Benny's Beach, Florida baby. So the resident stalker is hanging out in the outskirts. So it looks like my life is a lie. She's going to be doing another one. She's obsessed. Another obsessed with woman, young lady. I think she lives alone. Well, just kind of like what's his name, New York Dan, and same thing with Morning. That their only outlet is YouTube. They don't know. They don't really read, travel, meet people. She goes, I don't know why you still pay for US Today. I said, reading is my addiction. Told that to my wife. I love to read about local news. I just do. I like reading US Today. I like to be able to read information when I'm reading the paper. I'm still old school. I love getting the paper when I'm local. If I was traveling in Pennsylvania or in Florida, in that area, let's say I'm staying in where the guy lives or something, whatever. If they had a local paper at one of the, let's say I go to a local restaurant or something, or whatever. I'm in town or something. I go to a gas station. I'm going to be at a hotel, maybe down the block or something for the night. I'm staying over, whatever it may be. You get my point. Anywhere. I'm in Illinois. I'm going to look for there's a local paper. I'm going to pick up and buy it. I'm going to read about what's going on. Local paper, whatever the Pennsylvania paper is. But like I said, they have sometimes counties, their own little county, read about their crime report, read about what's going on in their community. That's I like to read. Just hey, what's going on in that town? We're in the area I'm in. I don't know if he has a local paper in Pennsylvania. I don't know where Dan lives. If I was in his area, whatever. In Sarasota out there, if there's papers in his area. If I happen to be in Sarasota, down in Clearwater. And I read the paper, and I'm in a local Denny's or something. You walk in, you get a paper, and you read about the local community. My addiction: read, travel, and meet people. That's my dad told me that. My grandfather, my auntie. Read, you travel, and you meet people. You'll be a better person. But people don't do that. They listen to stuff on Faker Book, and they listen to it on YouTube, and they get brainwashed. And that's the problem with BlindViews, the brown shirt, pissing and moaning about point and shoot and this or that. And it's like, bitch, please. It's just nonstop skullduggery. Donald J. Trump, claims he's going to run for a third term. Yeah, okay. He'll probably do that with Never a Trumper, right? The VP. J.D. Vance. Never a Trumper. That's how I refer to him. I go, never a Trumper, J.D. Vance. My wife kind of laughs. That's what he is. He's never a Trumper, right? Never a Trumper. Never been one. It's like, okay. Let me see if you all. Oh, where'd it go? So now it disappeared on me because I was looking at something and it said all ambient. I don't know why I did that, but let me see. I don't want that. See, this kind of pisses me off because now I went back to where I didn't want to go to. Now I got to go back in here again. I don't want prices. This irritates me. It pisses me off more than anything else. But what are you going to do? Go back. Where were we? Let me see. Chill. That's just. There we go. Am I gone? Kurt Neal. But I don't want free. We want something for free. I'm back. I'm back where I'm supposed to be. Just strange that it's only doesn't. It says it only gives me like about view all, but it doesn't give me all the. I only got like about 20 on here. I just despise this new facility. I despise this new stuff. I'm sorry. It's just dumb how they're doing that. So anyway, we'll have to figure this whole behavior out. They have paid revenue share. I'm back in the saddle again to go ahead and some other one, look at some other stuff. So I don't know, but it's just kind of funny to see him piss and moan and whine and complain about point and shoot and the beer thing. It's just sitting outside, walking the neighborhood. He does not look good outside. That's not his thing. It's just like kind of I like American food, right? I love to cook at Perkins. I love rolling omelets. I'm the kind of guy I could work at Hoagie's and up in downtown Hopkins. I love making lunch, dinner, just easy smeezy. Give me the burger. I'm on the grill. I'd be out of my element in Chinese. If I had to work at the Chinese restaurant there, I'd be a busboy because I'd be out of my element. I could maybe do Italian, but I'm an American cook. Burgers, omelets, chicken, whatever. Here it is. Best I can do. Enjoy the meal. Okay. I'd be out of my element at Chinese or Japanese. I love Japanese food. I've eaten it many, many times. It's good. They used to have one really good restaurant there in Vegas at the Nugget. You sit in front of you. These people, when they tore down over at Eden Prairie, and that was a really good place to eat. I really enjoyed that place. They tore that one down. It was too bad. Kabuki's, it was called. Kabuki's. And it was really, really good. But, oh, my goodness. But, yeah, it was kind of fun to watch. And, and New York Dan's doing his usual stalking and, and running around Florida. I still don't understand going on a cruise by yourself. I just don't understand that behavior. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand the behavior of, going on a cruise by yourself. I don't understand it. But that's just New York Dan stalking, running around Florida. The plausible deniability of a 30-minute video. They claim he's not doing it, so it's, scaring Sarasota Tim and Morning, who just doesn't look good doing a live stream. She doesn't have the it. She's better driving around her car. That's her thing, and driving around pissing and moaning about parking. Okay, that's what she's good at doing. Period, plain and simple. Dave 25 doing his usual stalking behavior. I don't get that behavior. I don't get it. Let's call Karl. Karl! Let's call Karl.
Hey, what's up?
Well, thanks for calling in the show. How you doing?
Awesome. What's up?
Oh, I'm just talking about the Sarasota Tim Haters, and I'm kind of on the subject of your uncle.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here editing a video on my phone.
Oh, you are?
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty easy on your phone. It's pretty easy on your phone to do a edit. I've done it before. You put it all together and then you walk away and it will tell you it's done. Then you upload it from your phone.
I got some time to waste, so I'm just doing that.
Cool. So your uncle BlindViews, Uncle Lonnie, I guess his name. That's what he said. He said his name was Uncle Lonnie.
It's BlindViews.
BlindViews. That's the way I hear it because he's blind, right? He's BlindViews because that's the way he sees it, right? So he's been out and about, and he's all upset about point and shoot. He's all upset about that people are liking the old school way, but I think it's all comes down to, again, like I said before, remember his beer rant? Remember the beer thing? That he was all upset
about the beggars. He's mad about people begging for shit on YouTube.
Well, I've talked about it, and I talk about all the time. It's never going to stop because it's become a platform like that of people live streaming. He pisses and moans about me podcasting and putting it up in the black screen, but that's how you get listens. People do come to YouTube to look for podcasting, and that's it. In theory, that's what he's doing when he's doing his live stream. He's podcasting. He's just doing, that's what he's doing. He's podcasting.
Exactly, because I'd listen to his stuff while I drive around and deliver too.
Yeah, because he's
a nice 1 hour, 2 hour deal.
Right, and I do my audios, which is right now I'm doing an audio. You're live on here. Well, we're just simply right now. We're just simply streaming right now here on Spreaker. But it's like he doesn't get it. It's like it used to be, yes, a video platform. I know I listen to the thing and I understand that, but it's become to be more than that, and that's why views are down for a lot of people, because people in the old days, before I knew who BlindView was, when I was podcasting, and when I first started, I had my little flip camera, which was fun, and I would make fun little videos just walking off my camera. Some of my cruise ones have like 10,000, way back when YouTube pushed out everybody, right? But then they bought Google Hangouts, and that became to be streaming service on here. And everybody who wants to start a podcast, let's say me and you were really good friends and we lived in Illinois and we wanted to have the Karl Show, where do we usually go to? Because it's free. They come to where? YouTube, because it's free. If they don't charge for it. Where Spreaker, I pay $218 a year to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I
think when I was thinking about doing a podcast way back when, it was like iTunes or something.
Correct. Well, yeah.
Put it up on iTunes and they didn't charge.
Right, they didn't charge. I had a 10-year contract with iHeart for 10 years, so they paid my way, me and Debbie Daly. But 2 years ago, when it ran out, guess what? I put my credit card in, and then on my second, I'm a pay-to-play kind of guy. If they started charging for live streaming on YouTube, could you imagine if BlindViews had to be paid, let's say $50 a month to live stream? All the people would go away. If they started doing,
they'd probably do if you don't raise so much in donations than it costs.
Correct. Because they make money on donations. That's why they love it.
That's why they want you to do live stream, because you're going to beg and people are going to hit the cash machine, and they're getting 30%, I guess.
Correct.
Of each transaction.
Absolutely, and that's why that's why if I'm going to give money to BlindViews, I'll just give it to PayPal. I mean, I'm not going to. You're just giving money to YouTube. That's all you're doing. It's just. So
essentially, they are making you pay to do a live stream.
Correct.
Because you're not, if you think about it.
Right.
You're just not paying it out of your pocket. And if you don't get any donations, you don't have any risk.
Correct. But he left.
Not like a stripper in a club that has to pay the house fee.
Correct. When I come home with tips, I got to pay the warden when I come home. Not how you do it, how much did you make? You know what I'm saying? How much?
Such a beta cut.
Oh yeah, well, I got to give her. I think I gave her $40 yesterday. Oh, absolutely, I got to give her money. So when I get home, how much did you make? Somebody asked me. I pay in ones a lot. I have like a wad of ones, and some lady goes, "You always pay in ones." And I looked at her and she goes, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, "Well," and I looked around and I played. I'm real good. I know my wife, and I go, "Well," I said, "Well, I strip on the weekends." And she looked at me and I go, "Well," and she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it's called Lockjaw Productions, and my name is Betacock." And a friend of mine, Karl, he's a good friend of mine. He comes in from Illinois to come here to strip too as well. And he comes in as he calls himself what was the name I use? Homebreaker. And he comes in, and my wife will drop us off, and we do strip for married women in houses. She looked at me, and I go, "It's true." She kind of said, "It's called Lockjaw Production because women scream so much to get lockjaw." She kind of looked at me, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "Karl comes in, and we have a friend of ours that's going to come in from Dan from New York is going to jump in. He wants to be called Squirrel Bait." And I said, we're going to do a 3-way thing. And I said, we do our own little private strips for women that are married in their houses. And I said, well, I got to go right now. She kind of just looked stunned with me. She believed what I told her.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Well, you just say it with confidence. Most of the time people believe it.
What do I say? It's not a lie, just as long as you believe what to be the truth. So it was pretty funny. She just looked at me and just like, yeah, it never hurts, but it was pretty funny. But no, it was interesting to see him outside by the railroad tracks, and then he was going to point and shoot, but he didn't let them pick his thumbnail.
I sent him a comment on that. I'm like, dude, you said you were going to let YouTube do it at all, but you did a special thumbnail.
Of course, the person he doesn't listen to was on there was Tim.
He hearted both of my comments, though.
Did he? I won't give him a like unless he unblocks me. I used to like his stuff and share it because it was just, he blocked both my accounts. So until he unblocks me, then I'll like it. Then I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to make a comment. I can't. So why should I like something I can't comment, right?
Yeah.
So I'm blocked because
that's between you guys.
No, that's fine. That's his
and stuff. But I agree with you. He's not blind.
No, he's not blind. But he's just if he's being Nancy, because I'd say stuff down below. I'd say negative things to him. He'd get all pissed off. And someone would come in and like it. He got mad. So no, that's fine. It's his business. He's a big Nancy boy. He's a beta cock.
Well, then that's the same thing Sarasota Tim does. If there's any negative in his comments, he scrubs it out.
It's too bad. Let him. He does realize that he either does your blind views. If he doesn't realize it, people make comments down below. It pushes out the video. He's strangling the chicken to improve production. What he's doing. He can't.
The negative stuff is the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And if it's stupid negative, you just leave it there because people will see stupid negative and just know.
Because when I came on board, people were making negative comments. They've all gone away. They realized it's futile. When I was talking about when I kind of told wasn't to die on his feet. Grifter Anonymous, people were making comments down below on me and whatever, you're mumbling. That's fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate taking the time out of your day to come and talk to me,
Yeah.
So.
In fact, if you search my attorney stuff, it's still up there. Anybody that put a negative comment on Google, I just left it there because, when people would hire me, they'd come in and they're like, you got this negative stuff on. I'm like, yeah, I know, because, that way when you read my comments, you can see the people, because I got good stuff and I got bad stuff.
That's pretty funny. People, again, what they're doing. Again, I've told you before, and I've talked with my good friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he's a board member of SPEC. He lives in New Orleans. He's a single dad, and he always said I call him Crawfish. His name is Chris, and he goes, Cowboy. It's people trying to take away what you don't have as a job or marriage. I said the trolls that will go to your job or your Google stuff are taking away what Karl does. Karl's an educated man who likes to troll on YouTube, not do anything wrong, but they're gonna piss and moan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because they're jealous that you're a lawyer, that you're actually educated. That's the first thing.
Oh, yeah, the fun comments is, well, you're a lawyer, you should know that, or, oh, for a lawyer, that's not very, very nice, or whatever. They do that same thing to Ray about a nursing degree. And I'm like, whatever, dude. Just because people are people.
If I guess Ray wants to take time out of her day to piss and moan about Tim, I kind of feel sorry for her. You do it just in a trade shop, but I could not imagine listening to that Monty Python voice for a whole hour bitching and moan about Sarasota Tim. And I get it. She's a nurse. She thinks she's going to be a do-gooder. But I get it. But that man's taken over her life big time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now she's going to get in a legal battle, and she's trying to raise money for it and stuff. I don't know.
It's a waste. We've talked. It's a waste of good suffering. It's what it is. It's a waste of good suffering. She's wasting time, because it's just it's dumb. You can fight that if you put the right thing in the comment when you go back to YouTube. You got to use the right words to get it done, So.
I know, but I've had enough of that stuff. I'm in the last quarter of my life, and I just want to have fun.
I totally agree. I mean, I rip on everybody on here, but I don't play back any stuff. I've done some of your stuff for fun, but I limit it. But it's like some people will play a whole video back, like you said, and they'll comment on it. There's saturated content out there that just literally obsess over Boogie 298 or the YouTubers and play stuff back. Or there's a couple people that just are obsessed with what the hell is that lady's name again? Foodie Beauty. Morning. She's morning. She's another one just obsessed, with Timmy.
I got a couple old videos where I got a cigar and got in the woods. What is it? Crushing for Christ.
Crushing for Christ. Crushing for Christ. Yeah, crushing for Christ, man.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I love it, man. it makes you laugh, then it makes you cry, and then you start to scream. So
it's all fun. I don't know why people are getting so out of joint about it.
Well, they can't handle it, man. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle anything that's fun or anything else. They get all upset and all frightened. So that's what they do. But it was good to see your uncle.
Yeah, Life of Vibe's going live at 6:30 tonight.
Oh, she is?
People want to watch it for 2 hours. I'll watch it.
Yeah, she'll piss him on, but I did like. Then who was he pissed him on about in the second one? Listen a little bit. It was kind of. But who was he pissed him on about? Somebody returned to YouTube. Somebody.
Yeah, if I'm not watching it live, I'll let it all go so I can watch it on replay so I can speed it up.
No. I'm talking. Your uncle did a second video on somebody else that returned to YouTube. Some other.
Yeah, I think I know who it is, but I'm not positive.
But
I'm looking for something.
But he was talking about him, and so I want to make I talked to you in the phone about squirrel bait, and they did the video. They showed the one of Tim going through. What was that? Was that down there in Florida? Right down there. What was that town he was in? What was
the one just recently?
The one that she did where he stopped. He did a U-turn to go back and watch that chick in the yellow pants.
Oh, yeah, that's squirrel bait. Yep. She's like now the new lieutenant of my uncle.
But who? So she's the new lieutenant? Okay.
Yeah, she's the new lieutenant. And we don't know what sex. We don't know if she's male or female or anything because she's AI.
But it was pretty funny how he sees the girl in front of him. Because that was down in Florida, down in the Gulf area, right? Down there in the what do they call that place he was down in? Was he down?
Yeah.
So he sees the good-looking women, the blonde, like I said. For every good-looking woman like that, they get sick and tired of banging her. And he sees her, and then he does a U-turn to go back to claim there's some place he wants to show that's at, and speeds up to see her and stops and looks at her. She kind of turned and looked at him. I'm like,
yeah, and then he uploads that video. What an idiot!
I'm like, I've seen good-looking women when I'm driving around. It's like I don't need to point it out, but people will. That's a blonde chick. I told them to date that woman. I guarantee it's going to cost you $1,000 a month to keep her dressed the way she dressed and her blonde hair.
Oh, more than that.
Because to do that blonde hair, I've worked for a hair care company. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
And on weekdays, she's not going to sit at home and make you meatloaf when you get home.
No, she's not. You're taking her out to dinner every single night.
Yeah.
If there's any cooking done, it's going to be you.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of funny how he turned. He does a U-turn. It's too bad a cop wasn't there to pull him over for the U-turn. That was pretty funny. I thought that, okay. Because I don't watch Sarasota Tim. Squirrel bait came up, and it was pretty funny. You know, so
yeah, it was. And then they had where he doxed his friend.
I know the guy just doesn't get it. I would never do that to somebody. It's just amazing how he does that. Just drives around and shows stuff.
I don't even do it to him. I know where Sarasota Tim lives, but I never say.
Right.
And people ask me in the comments, "Oh, I was going to go down there. Where is it?" I'm like, I'm not telling you.
Exactly. Well,
you can. I know, so you can find out. It's not like hard to find out, but I'm not telling anybody.
I was speaking of videos, and a guy talked about this in a video. He was a kind of like me. You have an adult porn website, right? And the guy had like a low budget adult website, right? No big deal. He would use local girls, so he doing a few videos in his town where the women would drive to his house to meet him, right? It was like part of the video, right? Like a movie, right? So they were driving through the town to get there while they're talking. Some kid was watching the videos and figured out the streets, right, where they were going. And the kid showed up at his house to knock on the door because the kid was watching the streets, you know what I'm saying, where he lived.
Yeah.
And I was like, this kid was like 18 years old. It knocks on the door because he's watching a video. Just like that one person, I think was it somebody was doing a video and breaking down where he was driving. You know, Sarasota Tim, where he was going through town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did that.
I'm like, come on, man.
That pissed him off because they outed him. He probably did have that all hidden. I didn't. He had me fooled until that came out.
Right.
I mean, I suspected it, but I'm like, I don't see any proof of it. And they got him. And they got the dew on the window, which meant that he'd been there all night.
Right.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
He was so mad.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, that he got caught.
Oh, driving around?
Well, caught in his lie.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to make everybody believe he's living in that camper.
Again,
he just stays there when she kicks him out.
If you're going to lie like that, I lie on purpose. Like I'm someplace, but if you're going to do a video like that and claim you're someplace and you're trying to be really serious, people will audit you. They will audit you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's getting about $2,000 from Social Security, a couple grand from YouTube, and then maybe $1,000 from his begging. That's $5,000 a month. What else does he need?
Right. But
but if you want to give someone that's getting $5,000 a month, you want to give money, go ahead. I don't care.
Right.
But at least he's not starving or anything.
Yeah, it was just kind of I just that one video. I'm just come on, why are you telling where this guy goes? I think was that what's her name? Life and Vibe. Who did that video? Was it Life and Vibe?
No. Well, I say Darlene. It might be
Yeah, okay.
some other Darlene name. I don't know. They give me shit about it, but I say Darlene. I think it's something else, but it's close to that. And I guess I just don't get it right. But yeah, she does a great job. I don't mean to put your name on purpose. I just unlike yours, I know it's Cowpote, but I love saying Cowpote.
That's fine. That's fine. Chipotle's classic. Chipotle's classic. So did you like that Above the Garage song?
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Yeah,
your tune's got good riffs in them.
Yep, they're pretty good. I like them. They're really good. So I had another one where I said I put in Queen of My Soul. Pretty good song, real good song. So I'll put that up by later. But it's a very addicting website. It's very addicting.
Yeah, well, you gotta get your $12 out of it or whatever.
Well, I think it's $9 a month, something like that. Whatever it's. They
get your $10 of enjoyment out of it.
Exactly. Put up and whatever they get, they don't make any money on it, but. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting video. Your uncle pissing and moaning, point and shoot. But like you said, people I think will watch because they like a personality. If it's your personality, my personality. You've seen my videos on the Adventure Channel. It's just me walking along. You know what I'm saying? Just pointing.
What do they call those backhanded compliments? It seems like that's what he does most of the time.
Right.
He gives you a compliment, but then he twists it on.
Correct. Well, it's because he's BlindViews, probably a nice man, but he just seems like he's unhappy. He's just an unhappy guy.
He's a little bitter. I think I'd be bitter too if I used to be able to see and I could only see so much. But at some point you got to be thankful for what you got.
Correct.
Go forward.
No, I totally understand. I mean, there's people I've seen in videos that come back from Vietnam, no legs, and they're living their life. They're not going to be bitter. You can't be the rest of your life. I mean, it's like I've seen people at Oak Ridge, like a guy, Mr. Barrow's a very wealthy man. His old man died. They had lunch together. He was a lawyer, and they had lunch every day. Every day. I was talking to Jack about this. He died. It took him about 10 years to finally get over his dad's death. I mean, he literally was in depression mode, and he finally accepted that death of his father. You know what I'm saying? Because he was with him every single day. They had a law firm together, and it took him a long time to finally. He was a nice man. We'd be playing golf, and he'd be all of a sudden melt down the golf course. He'd give me $100, take his bag, and leave. And the guys got pissed because they were like in a game together, like a little fun little game. And then all of a sudden now you're thrown into, and he would just give me like $20 and leave. You know what I'm saying? Because he just was so mentally into his dad dying. It's like so that's that's the way she goes. But that's. I get it, but he's just very unhappy, and it's like you said, the outlet for him. And same thing with your stalker out there, your little brother out there down in Florida. What's he doing these days? What's the little stalker doing? Is he still stalking down there in Florida or not?
Last video, he's back where Tim is, to some extent. Not like right. what's that place called? Lakeland, Florida? Or, I don't know. He's at the beach by where Timmy is. Filming and doing stuff. Not talking about Timmy, just showing you where he's at in the sights. And good morning is on there leaving comments saying she likes it. She thinks it's pretty. It's nice. He's showing you, kind of like you walking around the boardwalk.
Yep.
That's what he's doing.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to see. Morning is doing that, because she was usually the one that was said, was trying to be a do-gooder to make sure he didn't do anything. She made a
video where she addressed all that.
What'd she say?
That she was telling him not to go, and we were just he's a grown-ass man. If he wants to do it, he'll do it.
Exactly. I made a comment.
We weren't trying to encourage it or discourage it, but it would be cool to see, but I'm not encouraging you to do it.
I made a comment down below to her. When are you going to move to Florida to have his baby? And she goes, never. So she responded back to me. So, but
yeah, well, because it's not true. It's just you ragging on her.
Yeah, I love her. I love her dearly. Just once, I've never seen a woman get so pissed about parking. I've never seen anybody be so upset and frightened about where she's got to park. It's just the parking Nazi.
I love it. It's like parking wars. It's like she gets in the parking lot. What's going to happen this time? Who's going to be sitting around?
Have you ever watched that? Ever watched that show, Parking Wars? Ever watched that?
That was a great show.
Oh my God, my favorite. Years ago, he was in New York. Right, this guy was a tow truck driver, and he's just kind of driving around waiting for a phone call. So you pull up, right? They show a guy pull up, and he was going to. This was years ago, maybe 10, maybe when they had Blockbuster, right? So he parks across the street to run into Blockbuster. He's in there for like a minute, and that guy comes over and hooks it and leaves. I mean, literally, like, boom, they called. It was, the other chick was, she was in Michigan, older lady, and she was out handing tickets to people left and right. She was just this really strong woman. It was epic. She was in Michigan, and people, not only Philadelphia, but she was epic. She'd just walk up and give you a ticket. She didn't. There's no excuses. She just hand you, if you were parked wrong spot, she goes, you know better. Boom, ticket, walk off. Just strong as hell. It was hilarious, Kind of like she kind of had that look like your uncle rode hard, put away, But
you're not going to last long in that job if you aren't like that.
You're parking wrong.
Everybody's going to be crying.
Right, it's just the way it flows. You're going to be parking wrong. That's the way she goes. You give the ticket. That's your job, man. You parked wrong. You parked in a no parking spot. You ran in. She'd walk up, give you that ticket, and walk off. People got pissed. It's like, what's the way she goes, man. I just went. And
they don't look at the other 20 times you did it and got away with it. You don't think about that.
Correct.
It's the one time you didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not their first time.
They're playing soccer in my backyard. There's an Asian family moved in there. They moved. It's really funny when they first moved in. Right in the school districts to open up. The lady had to walk to the other side of the parking of the neighborhood, right? Because they always pick the kindergartens up where I got picked up when I was 5 and 6, right? So I pulled the bus driver off the side, the African American lady, and they go, do me a favor. I said that the Asian family you pick up, you have to tell the school they have to pick her up over by where I'm standing. And she did. So I told her that. I said, I talked to her on the street, and I said, listen, I talked to the bus driver. They're going to pick you up here from now on. I don't want to see you walk around the other side, because it's a long walk in the wintertime with 2 children. So they finally did. So she knocks on my door a week later with food to give to me. Some beef food, some beef soup for thank you. And then I helped, I snowed out her front of their yard for their driveway for a second. They brought me over some egg rolls. That's what they like to do. Whenever you do something, they bring you food. So
yeah, it's cool.
I was like, okay. But I didn't want to see her walking. The bus stop is where I got picked up when I was in kindergarten. Okay, because they moved in right as the school thing started, so they had to be, they walked to the other side. I said, no, you're not walking over in the wintertime. You're going to pick them up over here. But
this lawyer, I did bankruptcies once. He lives in this pretty ritzy neighborhood, and across the street, I don't know what you call them. People, I don't know if they're Muslims or Arabs, or they're like from Iran or something. And his wife was all upset, thinking, "Oh my gosh, they're going to kill us."
oh God,
like they're terrorists. And he's like, "They're decent people." And she's like, "Oh, she thinks they're terrorists." And he was over across the street one day talking to him, and he comes back, and she's like, "You're having a good mood. What were you talking about?" "Oh, well, they said when they chop your head off, they'll use a real sharp sword, so it'll be quick."
because we have an Iranian lady up in the hill, and she's just really standoffish. But I mean, she's harmless. She's an Iranian lady. She's lived here in this neighborhood for 15, 16 years. She's just kind of a real arrogant woman, but she's not. Not everyone is a terrorist. Okay, is a lot of Muslims that want to come to this country want to just come in peace. Okay.
Yeah,
that's it. They come here. I talked to one guy at the airport one. He goes, "Cowboy," he goes, "There's the 5% that F us over. I came here from Iraq to be free and to raise my family. I follow the religious of it, but he goes, I don't follow the hatred." He goes, "I come here for peace, and he goes, just he's not. He goes, not all of us are a bunch of idiots, So,
yeah, you got all the Somalis up there.
Oh, you name it. Well, they were the ones that was taking all the money from the food thing and sending it overseas. But there's some good Somali, but they also know, a lot of the immigrants, regardless where you come, they know that it's easy to beat the unemployment system in this town, in this state, because we're very liberal. So
live in Minnesota or live in Somalia. I don't think it's a big
there's an apartment complex off of Cedar Avenue, Riverside, which is full of a bunch of Somalians, and it's and I get it, but we had a problem in Minneapolis by Lake Street. This is about 8 years ago. They were roving around with AK-47s, at night. A bunch of Somali gangs, and finally, the local Somali community stepped up and got together and said, "Hey, we got to stop this behavior, you're making us look bad." So they finally eliminated that problem because they were roaming around with AK-47s. A bunch of 15, 16-year-old Somalis were cruising around in Minneapolis, and that's just, they were like, "No, we can't have that. We can't have that." So that's the way she goes. But it's good to see your uncle. I'm really happy to see your uncle outside. I really, really am.
He's doing good. I think he's starting to change color.
Yeah, but it just doesn't look good. He just doesn't fit the mold of being outside like that.
He's just got to get out more. He'll be all right.
I apologize to his wife and the neighborhood to coax him out above the garage. I feel kind of guilty that I did something, then he's cruising around out there. So, but it is what it is, man. I just
My original joke was, I'm surprised we didn't burst into flames.
No, until your uncle unblocks me, I won't like it or share it. Because I would make comments down below, make fun of him, whatever else. Kind of, "Oh, gee, you left the house," or something. He didn't like that because he made comments down below. So he didn't. He's Sarasota Tim. He's blocking what I'm saying. It's like, come on, don't be a Nancy boy. Then somebody else would come in and like it, or people were liking it, so he didn't like that people were reading that and liking it. So the Nancy boy that he is, So I don't know.
Yeah, he's a little soft. He's a little sensitive.
Yeah, I'm happy that I've motivated him to come outside, and it's also his old man Nation, whatever his name. He's pretty funny. He's been doing some good stuff too as well.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, he turned me on to Modelo. I like Modelo.
Modelo's fine. I've had it before. I still think that rant about beer just made me laugh.
I'm not saying it's the greatest beer ever, but I like it.
It's nice beer. I've had it before. It's not bad. It just made me laugh that he had to go on a rant on a live stream about beer. Just like, well,
it's got to last 2 hours. You got to talk about something.
It was just hilarious. We're gonna talk about brew. We're gonna piss him on about brew.
Yeah. don't know. Everybody's can have like a million different opinions about beer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But, it's, what are you going to do, right? I mean, we can't have that, man. Piss and moan, man. Gotta have beer, man. But, well, it's good to see your little brother is still stalking alone. And I spoke about, before I talked to you, about Tater and breaking a 20 down there in Mexico and getting back money from the
yeah.
And another thing about his cats, that cats don't travel well. He doesn't realize he's terrorized. What?
So I'm over at my son's house having dinner.
Okay.
He just got here.
Want me to let you go?
Yeah.
I'll talk. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right.
I'll talk to you. Right, there he goes.
Bye.
We're going to call Sweet Melissa. It's always fun to have Karl on. Let's see if Sweet Melissa's on. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Save it, Joe. No Sweet. I did talk to her this morning. That's too bad. Oh, she's always good to have on. It's called Ted the Talking Head. Call Ted the Talking Head. Ted, coming for you. Ted the Talking Head. Wow. Joe Rogan splits from Trump. No Ted the Talking Head. I can't get anybody on, you guys. I'm not calling Dave 25. I'm not doing it. It's called JJ. It's too bad I can't call Blog Talk Radio Network anymore. Nope. What's this? Built a secret mall apartment. They earn us as what's this? 8 friends built a secret. What's this? 8 friends built a secret mall apartment when they carried in a section of sofa, table, and more without anyone noticing. That's hilarious, man. That's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. Joe Rogan splits from Trump on horrific proportions. Wow, he's turning tail. Huh. That other chick, that Carolyn Levitt chick, that chick's psychotic, man. That woman is psychotic. What's his even? Molly calls Stephen A. Smith hypocrites during heated argument over Pistons Timberwolves ejection drama. Molly. I guess there was a pumpkin ball fight, I guess. Not with Trump. What's his name? Graham. Well, it's slowly falling apart. What's this? Fox News. Snaps for Donald Trump double standard after email scandal. I see. All right, Fox. We're unfair. We don't care. I see. Interesting to see how all this is going on. Well, sports anchor leaving KSCP. I'm not surprised. He'll leave snaps at reporters asking about. Oh, she's a crazy woman. You know, she's a tiger in the rack. I see. You must Tesla take down demonstrators. That's pretty hilarious. Demonstrators were paid to protest. Seeing the videos. Yeah, okay. And why not? Might as well. What the hell? You want to protest? That's fine. Protest. But it's pretty interesting to say the least. Well, I kind of figured out the music. I figured it out now, how to look it up. So it's still kind of a licensed length. So I'm going to kind of figure it out. But it's kind of a new way it's done. But anyways, we're going to take a shower, wash my balls. It's too bad I can't get somebody else on to talk. I could Dave on. I'm not going to get Dave on because he doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk. What's this? Lies. No, you're not. You're at work. I doubt it. Lies. They were like giving him crap. I call my sister. I'll call my sister and ask about the hunch. See what she's up to. Wow, she's not around. Usually she answers. Oh well. No, she's not here. That's too bad.
Hi, this is Arlene. Please leave.
But oh well. That's too bad. She's usually around, but it is what it is. Shannon Sharp slams Monkey after LSU coach reported in post-game press conference. Pumpkin bowl, running ponytails. That woman's all about her. That's all there is to it. Broncos signed Colts to a 1-year deal. Okay. Who's that? Okay. Perfect. Fox Sports issues Damien Vert. It's pretty funny. Commute sentence of convicted Frost who aided GOP effort to impeach. Come on. It's just unbelievable, man, the behavior going on with the hunch Donald J. It is what it is. It's always fun to see what the hunch Donald J. and the never the Trumper J.D. Vance. Never the Trumper. Never the Trumper. But yeah, we appreciate point and shoot. We really do. And Karl coming on, we always do appreciate that behavior. We appreciate his honesty and keep up the good work, BlindViews, and that's the way you hear it because you're blind, right? And the stalker out there, keep stalking out there. Old Man Nation, keep troweling. Appreciate it very, very much. All the behaviors going on, and Tater, you live in his high mind rent free. I sent you that link to that place you could buy in lovely and talented that place, where was it? Go look at Wonder Huss's place. Go look here on her website. She had it on her Faker book. That'd be a cool place to buy. Let me go look. Where was it? What's this? Los Angeles Adventure Club is now accepting female members. Brotherhood of them. Okay. Then Fallen, Nevada. Let's go put this in what's his name's Carpetbaggers. Let's go put it in Carpetbaggers. Say, shall we? Let's go put it in his. I love putting that in there. For sale. That's right. Swingers Club for sale. Fallen, Nevada. 3 beds, 3 baths, 44 square feet. Cadillac Ranch now for sale. Nice. Looks nice. Be cool to buy it, man, just for a place to hang out and have a pod, hang out by yourself, have a bunch of adults. Just bring Karl over and just do some, have some fun. Action Radio is coming, and so is the lifetime rating for the next big project. I'm going to call is my boy Bob, Wacko Bob Network. Let's see if Wacko Bob's in the building. Let's see. Let's go look. Let's see if he's available. Wacko Bob, answer the phone.
Sometimes he'll be there, not always.
Hey,
Hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in to Fear Mongering Radio. How you doing, Badger?
I am doing wonderful.
What's going on down there in Florida?
Oh, well, other than the fact that the heat's really coming back and we've gotten some rain, it's been a lot of different things happening personally. It's been an interesting day so far.
So how is your dad still alive, or is your family? I know you were taking care of your dad or something.
Yeah, my father passed away back in 2013.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was something else you were doing after taking care of somebody. I thought it was.
Trying to remember.
Well, whatever.
Aside from the fact that I won't let my mother work anymore.
Okay, it was your mother. Okay, I'm sorry. It was your mother. Okay.
Yeah.
I know how my mom. When my mother was in Arizona before she died, I got her place a surprise. But this was like 3 years before she died, and I just talked to. I flew down there, surprised her, and I brought a guy in, and his name is Pedro. And she goes, "What's he doing here?" And I said, "He is your limo driver." So I paid for a car service for every month for 3 years. And I said, "You're not going anywhere. You want to go somewhere, you call him, and he'll come and get you." I said, "Just give him a gratuity. I'll pay for it." It was like $1,000 a month, and I paid for it because I was sick and tired of getting calls from Surprise, Arizona, from the police department on her. You know what I'm saying? So I know
what you're saying there with that, for sure.
So, because I learned that from a guy at Oak Ridge Country Club. His parents were really old, and he goes, I just had the tax service pick them up, and then I got the bill. Because they were older. They were like 80 years old, and they would call town taxi here in town and pick them up where they need to go. So, it was a limo service, and they took her wherever she wanted to go. They pick her up in a nice little limo and picked her where she had to go. So that was the best thing I ever did for her, because no one got killed, neither did she. It's not an easy thing to tell your parent, like your mother, who's a grown-ass woman, she can't do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, with her last job, she was there for 11 years, and when ownership changed and they pretty much decided they were going to be very unfair and really treated her like she was enemy number two, it was either, they were going to let her go, or I was just going to go down there and tell her she's done. Right.
And that's not an easy thing to do, because she's a grown woman. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to tell your mother that.
No, it's not. It's never an easy thing where that goes, for sure.
I mean, I got lucky. It was a remedy. I had the money to pay for it to get a limo service, and that was lucky for me. Not everyone has that ability. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Not easy, man. Not everyone has the ability to do it. Just like when her dad was alive, and we had the family plan, and he was always wanting to get on his cell phone the money thing. And I said, listen, let's just put him on our plan. And I came to him and I gave him the cell phone, the old flips. All the numbers are in here. You don't leave home without this cell phone. And I go, it doesn't cost you a thing. Don't worry about it. It's on our bill. But you never ever leave without it, because he had to always get like a thing from Best Buy to get his minutes. And I said, this is a flip phone. All your numbers are in here. This is how you use it. You don't leave your house. And her brothers were surprised. They go, this is your dad. I'm taking care of the problem. You didn't, because her. Oh, yeah. And I said, it didn't really. I don't think it cost us a penny. I think it maybe cost the whole phone was like $100 at that time to get the damn thing for the guy. But it was on our plan. You know what I'm saying? So when he went somewhere, I said, it's in your pocket. You're not leaving without it. So if you have a problem, as a matter of fact, a year later, he went in the ditch during the snowstorm. Guess what? He called for help because he had a cell phone with him. So, but you hear stories about people having to all of a sudden take care of their mom and dad, and they're the closest one, So.
Oh yeah. I'm getting.
How you feeling these days? You don't sound too good. How you feeling?
Oh well, it's been a long day for me. I'm still dealing with my own health battles, but trying to work my way through them.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people that didn't know, I had a misdiagnosis.
Really?
Of congestive heart failure, which turned out to be a mixed diagnosis.
Right.
Yeah, and it turned out, my heart is, with issues, but it's actually gas pressed against my heart with all the acid reflux I've been dealing with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they said all I got to do is drop my weight, drop my high blood pressure, and my heart will repair itself.
Okay.
That's not congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure is irreversible.
Correct. So are you still podcasting or not?
Actually, if you saw my Facebook, I did put up something about me going back into podcasting. I finally bought a computer.
Okay.
I got a good deal on the computer from the same person who I also made the announcement who helped me get the computer. Unfortunately, he passed away this morning.
Who was that?
His name was his name was Tom Gildersleeve.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom Gildersleeve. He'll help me get. He actually helped me get this computer. He found one that was cheap, and I got it. It's a very nice computer compared to my old one. This thing is really state of the art, and I'm actually getting ready. I'm getting my financing together so the network can come back. And
so you haven't been podcasting at all on the network?
I haven't been podcasting. To tell you the truth, my last podcast I did was the NFL draft last year.
Really?
Yeah, it was the only time I did. I got enough. My hard drive was working enough for me to do that, and then my hard drive finally just went belly up.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was lucky enough that I have an E-drive that kept most of my stuff.
Remember those days on Blog Talk? Those were fun days, man.
Yeah, they were. Those were some great times.
Well, they don't have it. I mean, I'm streaming right now on Spreaker, but I'm no longer live. They don't do that anymore, which is dumb. But you can live stream on TalkShoe, but that's not how it's free. But they don't have any more live streaming available. I mean, I've gotten a few people come to Spreaker, a few new IPs because Blog Talk is gone. They on the 31st. So
yeah,
but that's too bad. But it's Blog Talk never. See, when Spreaker bought Blog Talk, I thought they were going to take and get rid of Blog Talk and bring over the call-in feature here to Spreaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I really did, and it's too bad they didn't when they left. I would have loved to buy Blog Talk and gave Spreaker run for their money and say, listen, let's redo the way it's listened to so you can listen on Androids and make, because Spreaker, they had schedule times, and you could have different levels of how you want to do it, different levels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that really upset me too. I know what you're talking about, because I was hoping to get myself back on Spreaker. I mean, at some point, of course, I had to cut back, and go back to.
No, I understand. I had a 10-year contract with iHeart, and I paid the $218, and I have a like I said, I'm calling you on my phone, and you have to make your own switchboard, and I get it. I live stream. No one's here, just me and you talking, but I get it. I don't mind it. I get some live stream, but I'm all about content. I put up on Spreaker on my Cowpote podcast. I put it up after the fact, and they no longer. And they used to upload it for me up to YouTube. And they don't anymore. I have to take it down and then reformat to MP4 and put it up. So they no longer put it up for YouTube anymore. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, something's going on. YouTube is probably going to be looking to go more and more independent and have their own deals, that's going to be totally independent. But and I'm not, I think YouTube has gotten very big.
Well, I'm waiting.
I think they should consider the fact that they may get too big for their own bridges.
Well, they in my mind, they need to start charging for live stream because all the BS that goes on. You know what I'm saying? People just use it to spread hate. They need to start paying for live streaming. You know what I'm saying? They really should.
I think you'll find that they'll see more people that do mean business that way.
Right. Then they have some kind of ownership.
Yeah, I would, it's like I said, I always said, I wish I could find something very similar to Blog Talk, but when Blog Talk changed, when the original owner who had his vision and how he wanted to do things, when he sold the business like he did and got out of it, he made his money. I probably would have done the same thing he did.
Yeah.
But, it changed. It changed a lot of things, and it was just... unfortunately, it was detrimental because too many things changed and it didn't change for the better.
Well, a lot of people were using that. All of a sudden, you'd be doing a show and it would just drop you for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That stuff happened all the time. There was a lot of good shows on there. There was a ton of good people that did a lot of good shows on there, but it just became to be music and religious stuff. That's all it was. If you're paying $400 a year, you better have good service. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I was paying $1,000 a year.
Well, I was paying $800 for both shows, which is kind of stupid, but it's too bad they ruined it. But anyways, Bob,
I can talk a lot about Blog Talk. I do admit Blog Talk was good to me, but when the time was coming, with the things that were going on,
Is Mixler?
it was time to leave.
Is Mixler still around?
Yeah, Mixler is still around. That's where I'm going to be to start things off. A lot of people are starting to look more at Podbean now, and that's Podbean is pretty big, but I don't know if Podbean would be.
I don't think they're live over there. I don't think they're live.
I think they are live, actually. I did do some test shows on Podbean with my old computer,
Right.
and my mic wasn't coming in. I think my mic did come in now. I'm going to actually be checking it. I did something for a total of a minute.
Okay.
To check it out, so we'll see what happens there.
All right, Bob.
That could be a new service. It'll be a new service, but either way, Cowpote Radio's on right now, and hope everyone's listening and enjoying.
I appreciate you coming on the show, and you be safe and take care of your health. And maybe we'll do some NFL shows. I always do one every Wednesday. If you're around, we'll talk about your douchebag and other such behavior. Okay?
Yeah, definitely will, man. There's a lot to talk about there.
You betcha. There you go. That's Bob Wacko Bob. He's the GOAT of Blog Talk Radio Network, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate it very, very much, Bob. You be good down in Florida, okay?
Awesome. Take care, man.
All right, there he goes. Wacko Bob Network from the Blowtorch Network. Old friend of mine way back in the Debbie Daily days and the Vince in the Bay and all that good stuff. He's a good shit, so hoping you get back in. Go ahead, you guys. Go outside. Okay. Anyways, you guys, we always appreciate him taking the phone call, coming on. He's a good shit. Anyways, guys, from the outskirts, and let me see. Nope. Anyways, you guys, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Lewinsky Yahoo. I'm in the military, been in the Armed Forces, all the branches. The Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, the Navy, and the Merchant Coast Guard. In on everything so much to this country. Balls the size of oak trees. Men went blue. Don't like a cop, call a crackhead. Make good choices. Would you shower in the shower at Penn State? Or not shower in the shower at Penn State? All right? Make good choices. Safe sex. Finish with thrill pill, trench cherry patch, point and shoot, whatever. And always don't drink and drive. Call some murder someone. For your mom getting ready to give you almost a 2-hour show. Well, hour 40. Thank you, Carl, for coming on. Keep stalking Blind Views. Keep on doing it. Blind Views. Sarasota Tim Haters out there, you guys. Warning out there and everything else. And Mighty Python. Oh my God, I'm going to be doing everything else. Anyways, you guys, have a pleasant tomorrow. April Fool's begging people's hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cowpote Chipotle. And ladies and gentlemen, his voice is out.